This is my forecast and outlook for the third trading week of December 2024. The year is coming to an end, but we can still expect some volatility in the market, at least for this week that is beginning. Activity should begin to die down from the next week, which is around the time when Christmas and New Year will be rolling around. The week also has a lot of red folder news items. Just look at how long this is. All the way from December 16th to December 20th. Every single day has major red folder news. We start with the manufacturing PMIs on Monday, French, German, and US, pound as well. Then that's just Monday. Tuesday has claimant count change for the pound, has core retail sales for the dollar. Wednesday is pound CPI, and that same day is FOMC. Thursday has pound monetary policy, official bank rate, and final GDP and unemployment claims for the US dollar. And then Friday has retail. So there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of volatility to be expected in the market. The PMIs might move price quite a bit. And the major ones this week, of course, are pound CPI for the pound and then FOMC as well for the US dollar. So the way I'll be trading in and around these news events is if I have a trade idea long before the news comes out, I'll take it and I'll hold it. Depending on what news it is and how far away it is from my entry at that point, I will either manually close out my trades or hold them. I'm not going to be in any pound positions, for example, during CPI. I'm not going to be in any dollar positions during FOMC. I'm not going to be any pound positions when they are also releasing their official bank rates. The rest, GDP, unemployment claims, retail sales. I'm fairly comfortable taking trades around those news events. If we go to the charts themselves, there isn't much to look forward to. If we start on, let's go to euro dollar and start on the monthly. And there isn't much to do on the monthly really. It's the weekly. The monthly hasn't changed much. The monthly is only really important when the month is closing, when it's ending. So, but we can see that last week's candle traded bearishly and it closed below the previous week's low, reacting off of this weekly fair value gap. Now it's still in a battle zone of sorts. If you go down to daily, you can see that price has been sort of consolidating. After tapping into this monthly fair value gap, it hasn't really gone anywhere. Tried to push higher, but this weekly point has been resisting price. And it's exactly like I had anticipated in my videos. I had said that we can expect to see a real battle of sorts between this weekly fair value gap and this low that was created in the monthly fair value gap. Now, what I want to see, our daily range currently is where this red line is and this high that was created during NFP. I want to see which of them is going to be violated. And by violated, I mean broken through, traded through, closed below or above, and for price to continue in that direction. Now, it's not really clear on the euro, but on the pound, the bearish tendency seems to be stronger. The pound has created this daily fair value gap between Wednesday and Friday's price action. So that would be interesting to look at. I am tilting and leaning bearish, although I generally have a bullish bias in December because of the video that I made at the start of the month, indicating that most Decembers tend to have bullish closes. But I will not mind taking shorts from this daily fair value gap. The simple reason is that when price trades into a weekly level and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 days of consolidation, price fails to keep pushing higher, then creates a daily fair value gap going lower. That tells me that the bearish intention, at least for the moment, is still stronger. Now, if we look in this bullish price leg, we can see that there's no imbalance left to fill, right? There's no imbalance left to fill. You see here, price traded here, there was a daily fair value gap here, price tapped into it, then traded higher, but failed to really displace above this high and create a new higher high. Now a daily fair value gap has formed going lower. So The target that I would anticipate price coming to is essentially the 100% level here, this swing low right here. Because if there's no imbalance left to fill, it has taken out this low. If it does not rally from this point, from the point where price is currently inside this daily fair value gap, having taken out this daily swing low, if price is unable to rally from that point, then it means that this low is likely to be targeted and taken out. So this is a daily fair value gap. I'm going to respect it. I'm seeing bearishness. So if price trades into it and gives me a short trade, I will take that trade, targeting some short-term lows. This is essentially what I'll be looking at for this week on euro dollar, pound dollar. Of course, depending on what news items are coming out and on which pairs. Dollar looks bullish. I'm not interested in gold for the rest of the year. New Zealand dollar also is at a very interesting point. It's trading below this weekly and monthly swing point. For now, it seems to have closed below it for 2 days consecutively. See, it first traded into it here. Let me get rid of this. First traded into it on this candle, tried to rally but failed. Thursday's candle closed below the low. Friday's candle closed below the low. That is suggesting to me that this low might not hold price. So if I keep seeing bearish PD arrays forming, I might look to trade them. Although I'm not really liking the price action on New Zealand because there isn't much, there isn't, for example, in this price leg, there isn't really a bearish fair value gap. Yeah, there's this small one here. Who knows? Maybe as the week unfolds, I might get interested in it. So for now, I'm short term neutral to bearish on the likes of the euro dollar and its correlated counterparts. That's essentially what I'm looking at for this week. I will keep you updated with any trades that I take.